What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the How to Survival series. And today we are back here in the industrial district where we are going to be working on another farm. And since ending the last episode off here at the industrial district, I've done a few more things, and that just being moving around the layout of some of these farms. Because originally I had planned for a nether tree farm to be here, cobble and wool here, tree there, and then any other farms I can fit in, just slot them in wherever. But since then I've decided to put a bamboo farm here, a strip design like that one, but just half of it, half the size of it. And then instead of putting the cobble farm over there, I've decided to put the nether tree farm there, and the cobble farm eventually will go somewhere here. And then the wool farm and the tree farm stay where it is. And then, again, any farms I want to slot in, that can still be done. So that is what I've done since last episode over here at the industrial district. And I do have plans for the industrial district over at that nether tree farm. You might have been able to see I got some resources collected, so we'll get back to that. But I do want to show you some improvements I've made to the nether hub. So if you saw last episode, you would have seen me make this nether hub, and you would have seen that down there is the villager hall. This is the industrial district. All the way straight down there is where the base was supposed to be, the main hub area, but that didn't really turn out because it brings me to some ice biome, and well, I don't really want my base to be there. I'm not going to make a brand new base or anything. But it's still useful to get to the gold farm, so I'm not too mad, and I can do something through those portals. But I have made a place for my base portal, and that is through here. And I didn't want to make it as simple as those ones down there, and I wanted to make it something a bit more grand, because it's my base. And I took the design from that portal over there, and put it here, just not on all four sides, so it's the same design around it, a bit of lava flowing through trapdoors, and then I put some lava around, some warped vines, a bit of quartz brick, and yeah, I think it looks quite nice overall. And just to make sure this does link, I will prove it to you. And here we are in the base. And yeah, straight across from the bed if I need to go to bed, or whatever else I need. But anyway, back to the industrial district where we're going to be working on the nether tree farm. Okay, here we are back at the industrial district where I hope I haven't broken this, because I went through the portal when this was going, and that tends to break it sometimes. But it looks like we're all good. I really should turn this off now that I'm not AFKing. And there we go, it is now off. Alright, so just to prevent it breaking, there it is, off now. But now what I was going to do is show you all the resources I've collected for this farm. And that is all this stuff. Bunch of hoppers, building blocks, just a bunch of stuff I'm going to need for building, bit of redstone stuff, then a lot more stuff here. And interestingly, ancient debris, I needed some ancient debris. I don't think I need it all, just 19. So I got 6 spare for whatever else I want to do. And I think I'm going to use those 6 spare to make a tunnel bore so I can get more ancient debris, which would be really nice. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this is a bunch of the other stuff I have. And some of the last stuff. These will have to be turned into dead coral fans. But I can worry about that later. And there's nothing in these chests. I just place them down in case I want to chuck some stuff in there. And now the overall design of the farm, that's going to look a bit something like this. Yep, it goes quite tall, and it is quite large, but it is fairly compact, I think, because the only not compact area is up there. It kind of takes off the whole square here, but down here is just pretty much half the square. And then the collection will be over here. And I'm going to make some adjustments to this collection. because it doesn't collect shroom lights as it is. And I don't want the stuff to be stored here. I want it to go over to the central storage unit. So I'll worry about that once we're done the farm. But this is what it's going to look like, and this is just a mapping tool so I can see how to place things. But it's still going to take me a while, and I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video on how to build it up. And I will link that YouTube video in the description. But I think now it's time to get to building this farm. Okay guys, so I've been at work for quite a while now, and I've done maybe about half of the farm. So this is the bottom half that produces the trees, and then it kind of pushes them up here. But then the next part I have to do is the exploding part, which is going to be all the way up there. But I'm not going to do that right now because, well, I'm just a bit burnt out on doing all this redstone. And I want to go do something else. And apparently this is broken as well. Oh god, I'm going to have to fix that as well. Anyway, as I was saying, I was a bit burnt out on all this redstone, so I wanted to go do something else. And that something else is going to be a bit of building. And I'm going to go over down to the base, and to the city rather, and continue a little bit on the tower. Continue on the next phase. I might only do one side, maybe a few more if I feel like it. But I do have to finish this today. So I'm going to head on over down to the base and get to work on that tower.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down.
Alrighty, so there is the second part of the first layer, and that's about where the first layer ends. Actually, this is the tallest part of the first layer. The floor of it goes at this level here, so there's going to be a cyan terracotta floor going across the whole thing. But before I put that in, I'm going to have to put up the rest of these walls, which I will not be doing now or on camera at all. I'll probably just do it off camera. But it'll be before the end of this episode probably. So, now that I've done this, I think I've given myself enough of a break. And I'm going to go tackle the rest of the farm. And it's probably going to take me an hour or two longer. But I think it'll be worth it. And even once that's done, I'm going to have to work out the sorting system because, yeah, it's a bit of a complicated one, the way it sorts things out, because it has to bone meal some stuff, and yeah, it's a bit complicated, but I'll work it out. I'd like to think I'm smart enough. But yeah, let's head on back over to the industrial district and finish off that farm. Okay guys, so I believe the farm is done. I have built up this top section now, and with a bit of complications, mainly me blowing a bit of it up. It is now done, and hopefully it will all work and not blow everything up. But no way to see if it works like doing a test run, and I should probably back up the world, but hey, who cares? Let's just go for it. Yeah, let's just start it up. I believe the way you start it up is click that, press this, and there we go, we heard it going. And did that stop already? Because it did blow some stuff up. Maybe that messed up some stuff. Yeah, it looks like something's not right here. So I'm gonna have to try and fix it, I guess. Okay, so after a bit of testing in a creative world, I believe I've worked out what the problem is. And it's this redstone block right here. And all I gotta do is first of all remove it. And when I rebuilt it, I placed it on this block first, when I should have placed it on this block, so it moves to there. And I believe that's all that was wrong. I had to fix a few other things because I fiddled with it. Alright, that's a good sign. Yep. Trees are growing. TNT is going. That is a good sign as long as it's on. Yep, the switch is on. Now if we turn it off, it should stop once this final TNT explodes. Looks like we're getting all 3 layers this time. Oh, looks like we got a bit of a lag spike. Alright, there we go. Now it should stop. Yep, as you can hear, only the composters are going and none of this other stuff. But now if I turn this and click that, everything should start sounding. There should be a tree and then there should be stuff going boom. And we should start getting logs here. Well, once the hoppers fill up, actually. So, yep, there's 10. I only put 1 in there. And there's just 1 in that one. But, yeah, it should be working now. Now, this tree's taking a bit of a while to come. But eventually we should get a tree if nothing's wrong. Oh, there we go. That one just took a while. I was beginning to think something was wrong there. But no, it just took a little while. But that is the farm in action. And I might just let it go for a little while. Maybe like half an hour or so. Might do that later on, actually. But for now, I might go into a creative world and see what I can do with this storage situation. Because I don't want this stuff to sit here, I want it to go over to there. And the way it's kind of set out though, is the hoppers go over the storage, then go into composters, so everything else can be bone meal. But the problem with that is, I can't really send all the items over there, get them composted over there, and then send them back here. That would just be a complete waste of time. So I think what I'm going to have to do is have a sorting system over here that filters out the blocks I want to keep, then puts them into a water stream like that, sends them over there, and everything else will just go through the composter still. I think that would be more than possible, and it should be quite easy. So if you just understood anything I said, congratulations, I guess, because I didn't really understand what I said myself. But I'm gonna do it anyway. So wish me luck, and let's get to this redstone. Okay, so now the farm is officially finished with the storage system in place. Basically what it does, it sorts out all the items that we want to keep, puts them into that dropper, and that sends it off to the main storage system. And all the other things, such as the warp blocks, will go into these two over here and get composted and feed back into the system. Now that's all good and well, but there's still have been a few issues with the farm. Mainly, it's just blocks breaking here and there. So there should be an what's called a brewing stand there, and the same on the other side. I believe that one has gone as well. So there should be one there. And I've placed this obsidian around, but it doesn't seem to help. So I guess I can get rid of that. And this obsidian has seemed to help because it's protecting this block here, I believe. Yep, because this kept breaking as well. And this also kept breaking, so this one seems to be protecting that. Unless it was the one that was just here that was protecting that one. Then on this side, this keeps breaking as well. So I placed an obsidian there, yet to see if that's helping. But I believe that's about all the issues. I think something else just happened. Yeah, something else just happened now and I had to fix it. So as you can see down there, there's some redstone that activates all these. And that stopped working. Well, it didn't stop working. It blew up, I believe. So I had to fix that, and I don't really know how that blew up, because under blocks and all that. But if stuff like this keeps happening, I'm gonna have to find a solution. Otherwise, I don't really know. I guess I could rebuild the whole thing, but I don't really want to do that, because that would just be a huge pain. Maybe if I just rebuild this bottom area, it could fix it, because a lot of the issues seem to be down here. And then again, it could be from up there because of the timing of the TNT and such. But I really don't want to fix it at all. But there is another issue where if items land here, they will go into the system over here. Let's see if we can find any. Here we are. There's a bunch of items here. And the way I'm going to fix this one is just by simply loading it up full of bone meal. Oh, here are the broom stands. But yeah, this should be simple enough to fix by just loading it full of bone meal. And since I haven't done that yet, or well, I have, but I've ran out of bone meal now. But I am going to have to farm some more at the skeleton farm. But yeah, I will sort that out off camera because it's a bit of a pain and there's too many issues. I really don't want to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it, but maybe it'll have to be done. And if that does have to be done, it'll be off camera. But speaking of off camera, I'm going to end the episode off here. And because I've had quite the time building this, and I'm ready to call it. And apparently there's a pillager in there. Very cool. Anyway, that is it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But until next time, later guys.